Bardzo witam w kolejnym odcinku z gry Slay the Princess. I dobra, miałem lekką przerwę od gry, ale z tego co kojarzę to ostatnio po prostu z nim bardziej tutaj gadaliśmy i spłonęliśmy. A teraz mieliśmy próbować bardziej faktycznie aktywnie próbować znaleźć rozwiązanie, więc chodźmy najpierw po ostrze.
As you rush up the stairs towards the princess, the entire cabin erupts into a raging inferno. You push through the flames, trying to ignore the choking hot air filling your lungs, but manage to reach her, your hand wrapping around the hilt of the blade.
Czyli już sztylet nie jest spektralny.
The metal is already blistering hot. Your hand sizzles as it melts on contact. You can't so much as pull away, your nerves seizing up as they're fried, the bones of your hand fusing in place around the weapon. The princess, smiling warmly as her skin bubbles away, places her hand on yours and clutches it to her chest. The pain is unbearable.
Okej, czyli to chyba nie jest żadne rozwiązanie.
You screams as your flesh is stripped away, your muscles stiffening as they're cooked, your blood boiling in your veins. But it isn't long before the flames take your nerves.
Tak, działa tam, czyli dokładnie to samo. No dobra, to wczytujemy. Biegnij do drzwi.
As you rush up the stairs, the entire cabin erupts into a raging inferno. You ignore the princess, throwing yourself headlong against the door, bashing at it with your clenched fists in a vain attempt at freedom. It's no use. You're stuck here. Your skin starts to bubble. As layers of you peel away into raw, seeping burns, you feel a hand on yours. You turn to see the princess, face bright and smile wide with manic affection. She clutches you close to her chest, watching with loving eyes as the flames eat you away, bit by bit.
No dobra, i to nam się ponownie powtarza. To w takim razie wydaje mi się, że ostatnie co zostaje w tym scenariuszu to chyba odejścia. Skończyłem z tym. Do widzenia. Odwróć się i odejdź.
You can't run from your consequences forever. One way or another you'll have to face what you've done.
Zobaczymy.
Let's see what we can find. It's bound to be more interesting than doing the same thing over again. Wait, something isn't right. Can you still hear me? You're supposed to wind
Już
up
chyba mieliśmy w ten sposób zakończenie, że próbując odejść mamy właśnie długą ciszę.
What's going
Pytanie,
on?
czy jest w sumie jakakolwiek różnica, jeżeli robimy to na innych scenariuszach. Po prostu generalnie odejście liczy się jako ten sam ending. Zaraz się przekonamy.
Oblivion is what we deserve.
To chyba coś nowego. Tak, zdecydowanie nowego.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path,
Okej, czyli nam wróciło i... nie to. Więc co nam tutaj zostało do dokończenia? Tu mam wrażenie, że chyba już wszystko ogarnęliśmy. A więc... chyba wracamy się do tego momentu, kiedy ją właśnie albo ostrzegaliśmy, albo zabijaliśmy. No wcześniej oczywiście ostrzegliśmy, no to teraz ją nie nadpisać, czytać. Było blisko. Dobra, no to teraz
Okay,
zabijamy.
no going back now. I'm with you to the end. You bring the blade down to strike at the princess's heart. But she's fast. She ducks to the floor, your blade narrowly grazing her backside. Slaying her won't be easy.
Czyli tak łatwo nie będzie.
We could have gotten out of here together. Were you just lying to me this whole time? I don't know what's come over you, but if I have to kill you, then I'll kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that?
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm. But you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart. It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease. You collapse to the floor. Your body
Aha, ale to jeszcze nie...
blood pools on
To
the
udało nam
ground
się zabić.
beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness. Dress
No
stained
cóż,
in red,
to do
as her
zobaczenia za
blood and
chwilę.
yours both seep into the fabric. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world. It can't just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over.
Jaki tam koniec?
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Wiedźma.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Mhm. Tak, oczywiście większość się powtarza. Tego jednego nie jestem pewien. Ale ja już się uśmieciem krewną. Pewnie żona zabija również mnie, ale na pewno ją dopadłem. Dlaczego tu jestem?
I can assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then
No, jemu
maybe
to
it's
się nie
best to
świeci,
keep
ale
them.
kojarzę.
Brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him.
No dobra, pewnie on nam tutaj coś zmienia.
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
To mogę
Did
już
I
iść?
say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show.
Dobra, to do chaty. W sumie techniki tutaj też mogliśmy odejść.
Before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
Zawsze możemy ponownie to
Don't
wczytać.
believe a word she says. Don't worry. You can trust us to get the job done.
No to dalej.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happens to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
To oczywiście sobie zapiszmy przed wzięciem ostrza. Dobra, tutaj już chyba dosłownie wszystkie można odpisywać, więc... chyba lecimy od pierwszego po prostu. I okej. Dobra, ulżymy, już nie będziemy wspominali, nie ma sensu. Ta, najpierw chyba weźmiemy ostrze.
You take the blade from the shelf. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it.
Wiesz, mało podejrzanie będziesz wyglądał z ręką za plecami. Piwnica.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw, waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
O,
Skitters
schodzimy.
up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
Prawdopodobnie. A, przywitajmy się.
I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation.
Jeżeli to dla ciebie jest brzmienie przyjaźnie.
Can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess. Not
No
to
właśnie,
endlessly
warto by
debate
w
about
końcu
what to
cokolwiek
do with the
zrobić.
princess. Fine, fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below.
No się
You can just
całkiem
make
mocno
out the shape of
zmieniła.
the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
Ta bestialska natura
And
to
there
nie
you
tylko
are,
przynosi, ale dosłownie.
one hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
No, to ukryłeś to ostrze normalnie.
How would she know that?
No bardzo ciekawe.
So, we've dropped the pretenses.
Czyli co, ona też nie jest skuta?
You made a comment back in the woods about having been here before. Now she's acting like the two of you already know each other. Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you? That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
W końcu. No dobra. Więc sporo dowiadywania się. A jeżeli chodzi Oddaj jej nóż. Okej, ciekawie. Zostaw ją w piwnicy. Zabij bez mówienia. Dobra, tak na wszelki wypadek coś... Za dużo opcji. Więc czemu by nie saveować? Zacznijmy oczywiście od dowiadywania się. A póki co chyba lecimy full aggressive. Ostatnim razem umarłem, a ty nie. Jeśli komuś tutaj nie można ufać, to tobie.
You were the one who tried to kill me when my back was turned. You were the one who started all of this. Only a poor loser twists their own failures around on the winner.
No dobra, w tym przypadku macie. Naprawdę ciekawe nam się te opcje rysują. Że wręcz stajemy przeciwko narratorowi. Przeciwko temu wszystkiemu. Ej, dziwne, że akurat... No, ten motyw zjadej staje namacalny w powietrzu. A takiej opcji dostajemy. Dobra. Nie możesz się sama uwolnić? Ostatnim razem łańcuchy wcale cię nie powstrzymywały.
Oh, of course. They're nothing to me.
The princess
No
grins
tak,
as the chains
dokładnie.
fall from her wrist. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest. This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
No dobra. Czemu mam takie dręczące przeczucie, że wbijesz mi nóż w plecy, jeśli pomogę ci się stąd wydostać?
And why would I do such a thing? Is someone's guilty conscience getting to them? But I wouldn't worry. As much as I may hate you, letting you live is in my best interests. If you get me out
A
of
niby
here,
dlaczego?
the only thing that will be
Drzwi
dead
są,
and buried is the bad
zakładam,
blood
jeszcze
between
otwarte.
us.
A my tu raczej z narratorem nie mamy nic do gadania. Jak już się dowiedzieliśmy, tylko moc miłości ma moc otwierania zamkniętych drzwi. A raczej wszechobecna zdrada niekoniecznie.
We'll be fine if that's what we decide to do. You won't be fine because destruction is in her nature. If she gets out of here, that's it for the world.
W tym rzadko Kat ma rację. Tam wydaje się już kompletnie jest kooptowana. Jedyne, o czym wydaje się myśleć, to jak nas zdradzić.
She might not literally do that, but she could very well symbolically do the same thing. See? He gets it. There's nothing wrong with looking out for number one.
No dobra, co my tutaj jeszcze mamy? No właśnie. Skoro przez cały ten czas mogłeś się wydostać, to po co ci ja w ogóle jestem potrzebny? A ta jest otwarta.
The cabin lets prying little beasts like you come as you please. But it insists I stay
Aha,
where I am.
okej.
That
Czyli nawet
binding
sobie
I fetched
zamyka
is
je
a
twoje
symbol of
chaty,
the
kiedy tylko
crueler
chce.
magic at work in this place. If I'm to leave, I'm to leave with you. And you alone.
No dobra, myślę, że możemy sobie tego akurat save'a nadpisać, bo większość tamtych opcji raczej nam późniejszych decyzji nie zmieni. I dobra, w sumie czemu by od razu tego nie przyklikać, nie wydaje się, że jednak to będzie miało takie kolosalne znaczenie. Przepraszam za to, co się wydarzyło ostatnim razem.
Ooh, smart. Let's apologize. Get us back on the right foot.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice?
A tutaj wydaje się, że już nawet, wydaje mi się, nie ma żadnego podziału między próbą kolejnych, stratnym kłamstw faktycznym, szczerą skrychą. Przynajmniej w dowiadywaniu się. Bo gdy przejdziemy do czynów, to co innego. Mam wrażenie, że nie jesteś ze mnie zadowolona.
Is that a joke? Do you think a joke will charm my trust back? You'll have to try harder than that.
Dobra, no i już same akcje. No ja to chyba teraz sobie nadpiszmy ostatni raz. Cóż, mówiłem, że lecimy na pierwszej ścieżce full agresji, ale z drugiej strony ta zabawa w zaufanie wydaje się ciekawsza, więc... pójdźmy wręcz odwrotnie. Daj mi jej nóż. Nie chcę cię skrzywdzić, ale wyraźnie sobie nie ufamy. Przyjmij to jako gest mojej dobrej woli. Znaczy wtedy byśmy zakładali, że wtedy, kiedy ją zabiliśmy, to raczej narrator ją zabił, a nie my.
You can't be serious. Now hold on. We should put this to a vote. The blade is
Nie ma
our
żadnego
most
głosowania.
valuable assets. We can't just give it to her. What if she uses it to kill us? I vote no. As do I.
W dalszym ciągu wtedy stąd nie wyjdzie.
Abstain?
A skoro to ocalenie świata jest takim ważnym zadaniem,
She's going
to
to
zostanie
kill us
ono
if we give it
spełnione.
to her.
To nie jest demokracja. Damy jej
You're
ostrze.
going to get everyone killed. You know that, right?
No, prawdopodobnie.
But of course you do. You toss the blade at the princess's feet. She eyes it with suspicion before kneeling down to pick it up.
I wouldn't have done that. Why did you?
Ciekawości.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
What do you think happens now?
No i znowu... Dobra, pójdźmy może z pierwszą. To zależy od ciebie, dlatego dałem ci to ostrze. Ostatnio podjąłem decyzję i tego żałuję. Teraz ty jakąś podejmij.
Her shoulders tense and her eyes dart away.
This is another trick. You're trying to sow doubt, but it's not going to work on me.
And then she buries the blade in your heart.
Przewidywalne.
No. No, come on, that's not right. I told you this is what she was going to do. Glee dances across her face as you fall to the ground.
I did it. I got you. You...
The princess seems to tremble, her smile fading quickly, replaced with concern. Her nervous eyes brim with tears.
Why? Why did you let me do this?
But you don't have the strength to respond, nor do you have the time. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Cienie. Okej.
You're on a path in the woods.
She stabbed us. She actually stabbed us.
Of course she stabbed us. We gave her the blade, which, I might add,
No ja to już wygłasza swojego scenariusza, bo później nagle jakaś dwójka głosów nie wiadomo skąd mu przyjęła, zaczyna dyskutować nad jakimiś randomowymi zdarzeniami.
She just killed us anyway.
Chcę zobaczyć jego reakcję.
I guess it really doesn't matter if she killed us, though, right? We're back here, which means that everything's fine, or fine adjacent. Maybe she won't be as keen to betray us this time. We've already proven to her that we can change. Maybe that's all it'll take to show her that there's another way to do things.
Dajesz, no ja to...
Maybe you're right. In which
Okej, on
case,
już się
I
poddał.
suppose the only thing to
Zbyt
do
przytłuczony,
is
z
get
dużo
back
głosów.
to the cabin and give it another try. Give what another try exactly? You are aware I've been listening to you, right?
Like that changes anything. We all know the game is rigged. It doesn't even matter if she's nice this time. I'm sure he'll find a way to turn us against each other.
No.
Great. So you've obviously been here before, since you apparently died at least once. Twice, actually. Sure. Twice. then I'll spare you the little introduction I had planned. You already know about the princess, and clearly you already know that she's dangerous. So don't muck this up. It's bad enough that this isn't your first time through.
Tak, chyba dziwomawe opcje w tej kwestii. Miejsce wygląda inaczej. Ciągle się zmienia.
Wonderful. If the woods themselves are changing, then that's all the more reason for you to take this seriously. It would mean your grip on things is slipping, which in turn likely means her influence is spreading. Someone's in the know. I've had enough of these annoying little secrets. If you want us to do this, you have to let us in on your game already. All of your game. I've already said too much. The more information you have, the more difficult your task will be. Don't listen to her, definitely don't free her, and if you can, don't even think about her.
Dobra, no kilka jeszcze zgrybowaliśmy, ale to jest jeszcze tylko dowiadywanie się, więc zakładam, że możemy bezpiecznie to wybrać. Do diabła z chatą. Co się stanie, jeśli po prostu odejdziemy?
She gets out is what happens. Maybe not right away, but eventually. And a world that's doomed
No,
tomorrow is just as bad as a
powołując
world
się na
that's doomed
poprzedni
today.
scenariusz, już to nie. Nie wydostanie się.
I'm not sure I buy that. Everything has to end eventually. If it takes years to get out of there and supposedly end the world, then we've bought everyone that time, and all without having to murder anybody in the process. Not that she's innocent, but murder is unpleasant and risky. It could be a better solution for everyone. You're here to permanently end the threat she poses. You're not here to temporarily postpone it.
Wygląda na to, że podchodzisz do całej tej kwestii zapętlania z dystansem.
What do you want me to say? It's bad that you've been here before. It's bad for you, it's bad for me, and it's especially bad for the world. The more times you run through this,
Ale
the
ten raz
more
akurat
likely it is
jakoś
that you'll fail.
szybko to kupił. Nie jak zazwyczaj w drugim akcie.
So you knew this could happen? Theoretically, sure, I knew this could happen, but I was supposed to be the first. I'd really rather not get into it.
A,
Great!
czyli
Not
cały
even he
czas się
really
z tym
seems to
liczył.
get what's going on. If the guy who goes around acting like he knows all the rules doesn't even know how this works, what's the point in listening? Then we can all move on and forget what I said about failure. It's important that you believe in yourself, and the fact you're here probably means that you still have a chance to pull this off and save the world. My world, at least. It sounds like you've probably doomed a couple of others already. I need to stop talking. Think happy thoughts.
No dobra. Dobra, już to nam będzie po prostu już nakreśla, co zamierzamy z nią zrobić. Jest tutaj bym tak just in case zasejwował. Dobra, powiedzmy, że teraz jesteśmy kwita. I jestem pewien, że ona to zrozumie. Ale zobaczymy, co sama będzie miała do powiedzenia, kiedy dotrzemy do chaty.
Yes. Good. Playing both sides. That's what smart people do, and you're the smartest in the room. I'm not sure it counts as playing both sides if people can hear you doing it. Buddy, you're thinking in far too few dimensions. There's layers to doing this right, and I'm pretty sure the one making the choices gets that. Trust in the plan. Trust in what plan? The decider's plan. Sure, we don't know what the plan is yet, but that's part of the whole trusting thing, isn't it? A good leader knows how and when to keep things secret, and sometimes a good leader even knows to keep things secret from himself.
Sure,
we'll see what she has to say for herself, but don't forget that whatever she says is likely just as much lies as what he's been telling us. We should keep our cards close to our chest. If I were you, I'd remember what she's done. You know how dangerous she is. And you should know that someone like her shouldn't be let loose upon the world.
Ale na koniec zwykle nawet się jakoś przejęła. Być może jakoś na nie wpłynęło. Dobra, czyli najpierw... Znaczy no ta, idziemy do chaty. Ta. Nieważne co się dalej wydarzy, wygląda na to, że wszystkie odpowiedzi czekają na nas w chacie. Doprowadźmy sprawę do końca.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the base
Są
of
i
the
Ciernie.
I think it's clear where everyone stands at this point. I don't know if I'd say everyone. You talking about me? I have a position. It's a good one too. Ignore him, he's just talking for talking's sake. My position is the only one that matters. You know what you have to do.
To mogę wejść? Okej, pod prawem też to można otworzyć.
The
tak
interior
tych
of the cabin
quality
is
of life.
hardly an interior at
Nie
all
ma noża.
anymore. The burned out
No i
ruins
oczywiście drzwi nie
merely
ma.
suggest the shape of the structure that once stood here.
Tak,
Charred
są
wood still reeking of
kwiaty.
ash. But
Nie są
beneath
czarno-białe.
lies the fresh smell of
Jakaś
spring
nowość.
growth after rain.
Znaczy no oczywiście mieliśmy do czynienia już
Promise that
z
will
czerwonym
ripen the
kolorem,
wreckage of the old.
ale no rzadko.
The
Zazwyczaj
only
po prostu
furniture
kiedy
is the crisp
lawa się
shell
krew.
of what was once a table.
A te jakiekolwiek inne kolory są
Wait,
czymś wyjątkowym.
isn't right? This is supposed to be a pristine blade.
No.
Why isn't there a pristine blade? We gave it to her last time.
A, to też fakt.
She can't still have it, can she? Well, it's not here. And if she has it... Let me guess. You want to get all chummy with her. Look, as far
No
as I
chyba
see it,
tak.
between him and her, I say we side with the one who has the weapon. It's just the smart thing to do. I wouldn't be so hasty. I'm sure the blade will turn up somewhere. She
No,
can't have it.
w jej ręku.
That's not how this is supposed to work. Of course we don't get to make a choice about the blade. Every single time we come back here, something has to be different.
Okej.
You
Lusterko.
step forward and approach the scorched entryway leading to the basement, hesitating before you begin the descent. Might as well take a look while we can. There's nothing else to do here now that the knife has been taken from us. You reach forward and wave your hand through the
Nawet tutaj
hollow
nie ma żadnych
entrance
drzwi.
leading to the basement. What are you doing?
Puste wejście, no to
Figures.
tym razem to tym bardziej może się chyba wydostać. Ma nóż, nie ma
Seems
nawet
like the only
drzwi.
way to go is forward, isn't it? Yes, that's where everything tends to be. Let's just put on a good face and have our wits about us.
No to
Step
wchodzimy.
through the frame of scorched wood and make your way into the darkness below. The stairs to the basement are covered in a fine layer of gritty ash. The air still feels warm, as if the fires that ruined this place had only recently been extinguished. Yet fresh shoots of thorny branches are already weaving themselves through the soot-covered earth of the walls around you. Their spines point courteously down towards the basement, so you're able to brush past their jagged points with ease, at least on the way down. But you don't need to think about the way back up just yet. That's a matter for after the world's been saved. I'd say this feels like
Nie
a
podoba
trap,
mi się
but
ta
you
sugestia,
practically said as much.
że po tym jak ją zabijemy nie ma
Still
znaczenia
want
czy
us
stąd
to keep
wyjdziemy.
going. They're only thorns. I'd say getting a few scratches in exchange for the lives of everyone in existence is a fair trade. I'm sure you'll manage.
No nie wydaje się jak tylko Ciernie.
Her voice,
Coś taje
worn
przecież
down
musi
by
służyć za
pain and
drzwi.
suspicion, hobbles up the stairs.
I can't get away from you, can I? You betray me, I kill you, and you come back. You let me kill you, and you come back.
No.
I don't know why you let me do
Zresztą się
that.
zmieniło nastawienie.
I don't know what you want from me.
Niepewna. Dobra, bardziej się będziemy skłaniali w stronę jej uwolnienia, ale jednak nie aż tak na 100% myślę póki co. Nie wiem czego chcę, tak naprawdę to nie ja decydowałem o tym, by się tu znaleźć.
I think you know how this goes. I'm down here and I can't leave. So, come down and talk. It's not like I can stop you.
Wchodzimy.
Continue down the basement stairs, brushing past the smooth edges of thorns that grow more and more plentiful as you make your way forward. You step out into what was once a vast open cavern, now overrun
Czyli to są jej
by
kajdany.
briars and prickles and
Ale tutaj też nie ma
thistles.
nóż, mogłaby je
Space
powyścinać
thick
chyba.
with hostile vegetation. At the heart of it all, encased in a tight weave of vines, is the princess, her bloody, trembling hands clutching a pristine blade.
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh?
No to ja nawet nie patrzę na opcję już z zasady. A z tym prawie w ogóle nie korzystam. Brawo ja. Dobra. Nie przyszedłem tutaj, żeby się śmiać. Zamierzam cię uwolnić, jeśli mi na to pozwolisz.
I want to trust you.
Her grip tightens on the blade.
But you're hiding something, aren't you? Why would you help me if you weren't helping yourself?
Dobra, pierwsza opcja. Nie tylko ty pragniesz wolności. Jestem tutaj uwięziony tak samo jak ty. Wydaje mi się, że musimy opuścić to miejsce razem.
The princess clutches the blade closer to her chest.
That sounds nice. I'm so tired of the bad blood between us. But it's hard to let it go. You've hurt me.
Her eyes dart away from yours for a brief moment.
And I've also hurt you.
Nic, co powiem, nie zmieni twojego zdania?
I don't know. What can either
Nawet
of us
mi
really
jeśli
say
pewnie
at this
jest
point?
wręcz na odbyt.
How can we trust something as hollow as words?
She's right, there's nothing left to say. So let's get a move on and do something before she comes up with a scheme to get out of here on her own. Careful with that one. He's not the smooth negotiator he thinks he is. It does feel like we're stuck until we do something. If there's even anything to do besides make things worse. We're not making things worse. I think she wants to trust us.
Dobra, tu jest odejście. Dużo tych odejść. Mogę wziąć ostrze?
Her eyes briefly meet yours, then dart back to the floor. She hangs her head in resignation.
Okay.
No, za bardzo nie ma innego wyboru niż tutaj siedzieć wtedy. No to sięgamy.
You reach towards her bloodied hands, laying your palm on her trembling fingers. For a moment, she clutches it even tighter, her knuckles going white with the effort. But then the tension fades. Her grip finally loosens and she allows you to take the weapon. You carefully pull it free from the thorns, though they scrape at your skin, leaving red trickles of fresh blood all along your arms.
I'll be damned. She really gave it to us.
O.
It feels like it's been so long since we've held real power in our hands. I wonder what we should do with it. We free her, obviously. It's the right thing to do.
I think you're right. She's as much a victim in all of this as we've been. Besides, it would really stick it to him to free her. Or, hear me out, we slay her right here, right now. She's never
Niczego
been so
innego się po nim nie
helpless. We don't
spodziewałem.
take advantage of that, we may never
never get another chance. That sounds like a splendid idea. You should listen to him. We've all said our piece. Now it's time to make our move.
Naszym ruchem jest
It's
zrobienie
2 against
save'a.
1. It's 2 against 2. You
Jest
don't
3 na
count.
2.
And why shouldn't he count? Because he's clearly not one of us. That doesn't matter. He's been with us the whole time. He should get a say.
So, did you mean it? Or was I a fool to hand my life to you?
Przekonamy się za chwilę. Ale raczej na początku... Ja sobie chciałem tylko zyskać swoje ostrze. Nie no, uwalniamy.
Yes. What a good idea. Let's cut her free. Oh, so you're suddenly team free her. You can't just switch sides
No,
as soon as we make a
fajnie.
decision.
Się nie zdecyduje.
I can do whatever I want, and I believe with my whole heart that this is the right course of action. Let's free this princess. Even if he'll stick a knife in our back as
Cóż
soon
za
as he has the
wspaniały plan.
opportunity, it's still better to have him nominally on our side. At least that gets him to shut up for a while. See? We're all friends here, united in our actions and intentions. Yeah, united. But the other one has a point. If it keeps you quiet, sure, we're all friends.
No nie wiem.
You take the blade to the thorny vines imprisoning the princess, and she flinches, relaxing only slightly as the blade slices into the thick vegetation rather than her arm. And she flinches again as the last of the vines is cut away, as if, after all of that, she's still expecting you to turn on her and stab her in the heart. But you're not going to do that, are you? Still.
Przekonamy się, czy będą takie
A
opcje.
single slip of the blade. Is that really all you've got? Threatening us with an
A i coś
accidental
myślę, że nie
mistake?
przy na to jest jakiś taką determinację, żebyśmy faktycznie to zrobili. Więc prawda oczywiście nie to. Równa się to z tym, co było po... nie pamiętam, jak to się dokładnie nazywało. W każdym razie ta kontynuacja z jednych przy damie. Ale coś tak mało nam każe faktycznie to zrobić.
Tears streaking down her cheeks. I can't believe you're making me describe this. I hate you.
No może jednak.
Actually meant it. You rescued me.
I teraz wbijamy. O, nawet nie ma takiej opcji. Oczywiście, że tak.
She smiles, her hand slipping into yours, and the two of you rush to the basement stairs.
No i co? Cienie nam blokują drogę.
Shameful, really, that the same thorns
Kto by się
so
spodziewał?
graciously allowed you downstairs are now blocking your only way out. You're getting desperate, aren't you? Even more proof that you can't actually do anything to stop us.
Technicznie mamy ciągle nóż, możemy to poprzecinać.
There are any thorns. I'm not afraid of getting a few scrapes. I'm not even sure we need to do any cutting. We can just move them out of the way. What a pathetic showing, really.
A few pointy sticks can't keep us down here. We're both meant for so much
A
more.
nawet
than
jeżeli
this.
są nieprzecinalne i nieruszalne, śpada jest wystarczająca co dużo na tyle, żeby tam przejść. A i wy... Burz wybój, no to oczywiście. Ale najpierw je potnijmy. Aha,
You swing your blade
tak.
into the thorns covering the basement
wszystkie?
stairs, they yield.
niezłe AoE.
Both you and the princess ascend the stairs without
Okej,
obstacle.
chyba na zasadzie, że gdybyśmy
This
chcieli
is
wyjść sami, to byśmy nie dali
unacceptable.
rady.
The second you step out of this cabin,
Bo musieliśmy
the
mieć
world
nóż. Okej.
ends. Do you hear me? What did the world
O nie,
ever do
tylko
to
nie
you
to.
to deserve this?
Wiesz, ciekawostka. Jeżeli przez koniec zrozumiesz długą ciszę, to się kończy... On się kończy za każdym razem, gdy robimy po prostu jakąś interakcję z nią. Nie tylko gdy ucieka.
I don't care what happens now. That's all I've wanted. You and the princess hesitate at the cabin door. This is your last chance. We've already made our decision.
No nie wiem.
We're finally leaving
Znaczy
here.
inaczej, na to podejście tak, generalnie oczywiście, że nie.
It wasn't easy, but I'm glad we finally could.
A jednak nie mamy wyboru. No to uczyń kroku wolności.
Hands hands clasped, the two of you open the door and step out into a new day, you irredeemable murderers.
What do we do now?
Dostajemy
Where's
achievementy.
everything going? Why is it so cold?
No dobra, jest nasz long quiet. I lustereczko.
She's gone. I'm begging you, don't do. If they
Mamy
think
sobie
it's bad, I'm with them.
O głosach. Jesteśmy i my. Chata. Ręce.
Something returns.
Zakładam, że nic nowego. Not this option. Co to jest?
Nothing.
No zapominamy.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Cienie. Ostrożne serce, okej. Tak, trochę nam się film przeciągnął, więc tutaj będziemy kończyli. Dziękuję za uwagę i nara.